Hi, this is Pat Johnson, your psychology instructor, and in this mini lecture we're going to talk about substance-related disorders. Every textbook in psychology, whether it be an introductory textbook or an abnormal psych textbook, has a lot of information about substance-related disorders, as does your textbook, because this is a really big deal, especially for your age group. And so if this is an area that is concern for you or somebody else in your life, I strongly recommend that you take a look at this section, go through the pages in detail. In this mini lecture, we're just going to talk about three concepts related to substance-related disorders and talk about the topics of tolerance. Tolerance is where, with repeated use, the desired effect requires larger doses. And often people will mistake tolerance for something good. I've heard people say, well, alcohol doesn't affect me because it takes a whole lot for me to really feel a buzz now. So if you are in the situation where what one drink used to do for you, it now takes 6 or 12 to have the same effect, we are really looking at a case of tolerance, and that's not good because that's a brain getting used to that substance. And when the brain starts getting used to it, all sorts of other unpleasant behaviors and situations can occur. The next criteria for substance-related disorders is addiction, and this is where the person craves and abuses a substance despite the consequences. So when a person starts seeing their relationships being affected, when a person starts getting in trouble with the law, and usually the last area to be affected is work, because work gets us the money to get our substance, but when the substance starts interfering with the person's life, their relationships, their job, the law, we call that addiction, and that's where things are getting really bad. And thirdly, a person who has a substance-related disorder may go through withdrawal. And withdrawal is where the person feels discomfort and distress when they discontinue the substance or the behavior. So if a person is taking a drug for its side effects, it makes them feel less anxious, or it helps them deal with a situation. When they take it enough, that brain starts getting used to it, and the brain and the rest of the nervous system says, basically, that if you don't give us that substance, we're going to make life really unpleasant for you. So you're going to start feeling all sorts of unpleasant side effects if you don't have that substance in you. So it's really insidious because it starts out that you take the substance for its effects, and then you start taking the substance to stop the effects of withdrawing for it. So when we're talking about tolerance and addiction and withdrawal, we're talking about substance-related disorders.